Okay, I'm on.
Alright, stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink a bottle of Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos pump me. I like to rhyme, I like my beats funky.
Shanny, goddammit. It's the Shanny JackMe show, tuning in. And, hey, fantastic Saturday. The storms are gone, so I know a lot of people probably sitting in the house, so tune in. Hey, this is going to be a good show today. Definitely. I got DJ Lab with me, Misfits Radio's finest.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have no special guests. We're the special guest. He's a celebrity, I'm a celebrity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck what they think they saying. You know what I'm saying? Right. Get that shit right. We're celebrities. Everybody is a celebrity.
That's right.
And today, shit, I just figured since everybody's in the house all cuddled up and shit, you know how the rain make a nigga do. You go get booed up and shit, you know.
Are they cuddled up in the rain?
I don't know. People
Are they still on the bullshit in the rain?
Now, they might be in that motherfucker arguing. So, this why tonight, the other day, I'm going to talk about the top 10 reasons relationships or couples or spouses argue. So, let's, oh shit now, motherfucker done shot a nigga. Damn, they done see, y'all in the house shooting and shit, y'all, the quarantine is over, you done been able to see your side pieces now, so, hey, let's keep it calm, let's keep it cool, but before I reveal the top 10 reasons why relationships or spouses argue, is I want to let you know that it's a relationship and you two are in it together. It's not a winner or a loser. Ain't nobody winning, ain't nobody losing.
Ain't no competition.
Ain't no competition. So if you in a relationship or married, and look, trust me, I definitely don't have this shit together. I'm one that don't get that shit right. So, but just know that there's no winner and there's no loser.
Okay.
It's the both of you. It's a team thing. So if you win your argument and you think he lost, no, you both lost. Mm-hmm. So, or if you win, we both win. Okay. So you just got to come to a mutual ground. In this relationship shit. So I just felt like this would be a good conversation today.
Okay.
So, like, how you feel about relationships and why you argued, or even what's the point?
Well, for me, a lot of my arguments came from I felt like a lack of respect, money issues, and a lack of clear communication.
Okay.
The money issues became a problem when I was married. Money issues became a problem when you're paying for stuff and it don't seem like stuff is getting paid.
Right.
But you're leaving the spouse in charge of, I'm working, I'm leaving her in charge of paying the bills, giving her the money, but it just seems like we were still behind. So, you start wondering what the hell's going on, where's the money going. So money issues become, I think, is a big problem with a lot of relationships. Women and men that, when that money start acting funny, or somebody start making more than the other, then they start acting funny. You know what I'm saying? So money issues, I think, is one of the biggest things in a relationship. But then right after that probably comes sex,
Right. So you go. Number one is money for you.
I think money is number one.
One is money for you, and then two, you say.
I think sex is be number two.
Okay. Because money does give that financial stress.
Yeah.
And
right.
you be like, oh hell no, especially if you're worried about your bills, your job, shit. You're not making enough, So you probably, lacking. Or maybe the other person may not even be working, you know what I'm saying? So you financially stressed, even as a man, I'm sure that may play a part, or, may have you not wanting to have sex, or, or maybe not even want to have sex with just your mate, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because they're part of the problem.
Yeah.
So, and you would go out and go fuck some still, you know what I'm saying? But for real, to get that sexual frustration off, So I think that's.
So that becomes something. Number three. That becomes number 3 and 4. Disrespect and cheating. That becomes 3 and 4. You choose your order.
Exactly.
I consider cheating disrespectful anyway. So
right.
It's all the same, encompassing to me. But I don't think I would. Money issues wouldn't drive me to cheat on nobody.
Okay.
Now, and actually for me, I'm just speaking for myself. For me, money issues don't drive me not to want to have sex either. My libido don't go down like that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay. So you still gonna want to fuck more. You gonna want to fuck even though.
I'm probably still gonna want to fuck more because I am sexually frustrated. You just gotta be prepared for the come up. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
Right. So you said, wait, shout out to the King of Keno. The Winner Circle takeover is in the motherfucking building. Oh my God. I appreciate the love. I really fucking do. Thanks for bringing your crew in. If you guys want to tune in to come in live and comment on these 10 top 10 arguments on why relationships go bad, or most, miscommunication to me was number one.
Right.
So let's definitely, if you want to chime in and go live with me, we in the building. Let's talk about these miscommunication and these top reasons that we argue in relationships.
What would make you think that?
Oh, shout out Black Coconut or following.
What would make you think that your communication is off? What would constitute you saying, "Oh, we having a miscommunication"?
We having a miscommunication.
Yeah.
Okay, I would figure that we are having a miscommunication problem when I have to keep repeating what we're like. Say for instance, we're having a problem.
Okay.
Or you coming in late at night. Just say that you coming in late at night. And I'm telling you, look, this not gonna work. You keep doing this.
Right.
I'm gonna need for you to come in a little decent time at, if you working or you not working or whatever.
You're just out.
You just out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be different if you're working, but you're just out of something, and you just keep coming in late. And I'm telling you this, and I'm expressing this, and then there's no change. That's when I feel like it constitutes a lack of miscommunication because you're not getting it. I'm telling you, look, this is fucking causing problems. We need to address this. What are we gonna do?
Right.
I have a view request. Oh, I got a view request. Go live with King of Kingdom. I'm not trying to do this. My girl always has to repeat. Right. Waiting for a comment to come in. Hey there. King of Keno, welcome to Shanny JackMe show. What it do? You want to come in here laughing, or do you want to come on here and comment?
Is he?
I don't know. We're miscommunicating right now. You're blinking in and out.
Bad Wi-Fi.
Bad communication. No. How's it going, King? Give me something. What you got? One of the top reasons couples argue. We have 10 top reasons right now, but what do you see where couples miscommunicate, or we use the miscommunication right now, but what is one of your reasons couples argue? Okay, that's a good one right there. I can go for that. The one we That's an argument when the woman is not listening. That will constitute an argument sometimes. Is what you're saying? Oh, right. So you've heard. Okay, I've been. Okay, he's saying that women listen to respond and not comprehend. Like I just did, I think. So that's why he shook her. Oh, you ought to be ashamed. Really? Okay, for men. I don't know.
To communicate what I need, what I want, what I like, what I don't like.
Right.
It's not easy. You know what I mean? It's scary because when you're vulnerable with an entirely different person, you know what I mean? There's fear behind that. So women always want to know why men lie or whatnot. And majority of the reason is out of fear.
Right.
Because we scared. You know what? I like this other female, I want to do this, I want to do that, or I don't want to do that. So it takes a lot of self-mastery in order to be a good communicator. And that's something that's never really said. Women just say, communicate, talk to me, this, that. Well, first and foremost, you have to master yourself in order to communicate properly and effectively. And it's not easy,
No, it's not. It's definitely not easy, especially when you have to express your feelings to someone else and and to try to get them to understand what you're saying. Because a lot of people don't have communication skills. Some people don't know how to go back and forth with someone and communicate without either cursing, fussing, getting loud, aggravated, agitated, and most times those actions happen because a person can't voice what they're trying to say, so they like, oh wait, motherfucker, nigga, you know what I'm saying? So it turned into one of those when that person really trying to say, damn, I'm trying to get these words right, without making myself look stupid and express what I'm saying with the point, so I think the argument comes in there with the lack of communication. So that's a grand miscommunication addition. Thanks, Kino, for adding that. We really appreciate you, and I appreciate you bringing your crew in, these motherfuckers. The winner's circle is in the building. I appreciate y'all showing up. It's Saturday. Motherfuckers sitting in the house. Y'all, the rain is out. So I figured let's talk about these couples and these arguments that we have. And so number 2 is unmet expectations is what I think is another one. And that's let's give somebody else a chance to join in, maybe. If y'all still there, I appreciate you, Kino, because I don't know how to sign off. You're the master at that, so just log the fuck off. I appreciate him filling in with that and adding that in, and that is so true. That is absolutely true. A lot of people we just don't know how to communicate.
Yeah, communication is and he's right. You do have to have a self mastery of communication. because I'm studying some stuff on self-mastery, and I'm learning that, certain things that I might think is an issue and I communicate that I may not even need to say nothing about it.
Right.
know
That's
what I mean?
me. I'm
Yeah.
quick. I'm ready. Oh, I need to say something. You done pissed me off, and I need to express it. But then there's sometimes I don't say things when I probably should have.
Right.
So I'm backwards. I will argue about some shit that don't need to be talked about. You could have just kept that to yourself.
Right.
And then when I need to voice something, I don't say nothing. And
Right.
now I done got ran over with the shit that I need to relationship shit is fucking hard.
Right.
And that's when we come with those unmet expectations.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's when it's a personal problem.
Okay. And what would constitute an unmet expectation? What would if I'm expecting something from my significant other, they're not meeting that expectation? Is that what we're talking about?
Right. Or to me, like with unmet expectation, it's like a personal problem because it's something you set.
Okay.
On for that other person.
Okay.
And then once that person is not living up to that, you get mad, or you like, damn, why you ain't opening the door for me? Or maybe if that's you probably expecting them to be gentleman type, and they're not, and you get mad because they're not acting like that.
Okay.
So now you arguing about some stuff that you put on another motherfucker.
Right.
You wanted them to act like that. So now you arguing about something that is your personal problem.
All right. Domestication.
Okay.
You're trying to turn a person you're trying to domesticate a person to your view. So you're trying to domesticate them to how you see things instead of letting them just be and do what they want to do. Because in all actuality, this is all my studies that I've been going through, in all actualities, you let people do what they want to do, and it's considered unconditional love. And you have to decide if you want to put up with what they want to do.
Right.
And then you can see exactly what that person wants to do. What is a priority in that person's life? Because if what you're doing, if what that person is doing, they know that you may not like, but they'll keep doing it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Then that's something you have to say to yourself, well, that's not an expectation, or that's not something that they want to meet, and it's just not something I can deal with, so I need to move on.
Right.
I mean, and I was guilty of this. I try to, well, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And then, whereas I may see it as a problem, you may not see it as a problem. You may think I'm tripping while I'm thinking you tripping.
Right. Now we both tripping.
Right.
And now we just on some shit that don't even really exist.
And my thing is, I'm learning to just walk away from it.
Right.
Just leave it alone.
Right.
Because if a person wants to keep arguing with them, just gonna make them want to do it more.
Right.
Or it's just something that they not willing to change, and you just gotta go ahead about your business and find somebody that's willing to, that doesn't do those things.
Right.
You're not gonna change the person that you find, but you're gonna try to figure out if that's some stuff that they want to do.
They need to deal with. Right. And the topic of the show is the top 10 most argued, or top 10 arguments relationships have or couples have. Thanks for asking me. That's the topic that we're having today. So for those, my pen, I don't know, Instagram. Shout out to Instagram for having me. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you be getting blocked.
Shout out to Instagram for having me, man. Because they be straight hating, but they're not a hater anymore. I love you, Instagram. You guys are getting the picture.
That's why you be getting blocked.
Right.
That mouth.
Mouth on the side. Mouth on the goddamn side.
Right.
Definitely. But yeah, the top reasons why people argue in relationships. Definitely miscommunication, lack of unmet expectations. And we said financial problems. And sexual frustration. That one we didn't go in too much detail with, but sexual frustration definitely has its role in a lot of arguments. But with sexual frustration, that comes with probably the money issues, the unmet expectations. All that starts trickling down into the sex life because now you have these other three issues that may be one or two of, or all issues.
Right.
And now you don't feel like fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in the mood. We
right.
broke around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? You half-ass making it, I'm half-ass making it, but you want to come fuck something, It ain't nothing wrong with wanting to do that, because sometimes that do, alleviate the stress.
Right.
But if someone's not there mentally because of...
how fun is it going to be?
it's not gonna be fun.
Right.
If someone may be there just for the other person, okay, he
Right.
want to fuck, let me go, or
But
she want to fuck.
You could tell when that person's there for that, though.
Really?
You can tell. You could tell when a person's really into it or into you with it, or they just doing it because you keep asking. Or
Okay,
you keep
so
saying
that
something.
you keep bringing it up. You like,
Yeah,
okay, here we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
We need to be,
And that's a part of communication.
and that go to communication. Now because now a lack of
Right.
communication.
Right.
And now here we go tumbling in these arguments,
Right.
and in this stage of a bad relationship when we shouldn't even be here. You
Right,
know,
right.
because why we're here is because you're not talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're not talking about it. We're not talking about the money. How we gonna make this better?
Right.
You know, one of us is probably just going through the money issue
Right.
by themselves.
Right.
You know, damn, I ain't making enough, or one of us is probably paying the most bills, or you know, all the bills. And you know, and that with me in a relationship, I just really hate. You know, I don't. You know, let me see how to say this without making women feel bad. No, for real, because I don't believe in, you know, just having a man take care of me. You
Right.
know, I don't know if that's wrong, or I just ain't been in a good ass relationship where a nigga just done spoiled me and I want to. I just don't think that's the mentality of a woman to have. Is that wrong? You know,
I don't know. I don't think it's wrong. I think a guy would appreciate a woman more who helps in the house. I mean, now a guy may tell you, "Hey, you ain't got to worry about none. You know
Right.
you work." But in that whole sentence, and that's a part of guy not communicating. You don't have to go to work, but you know I expect this, and this.
Okay, see,
You know I expect. You know.
I expect to come home to
Right.
the clean house.
Right.
I expect to
Right.
come home if we got kids.
Right.
They well kept. They ain't
Right.
running around.
Right.
They ain't
Right.
just disrespectful. You
The
holding
bills gonna be
things
paid
down.
'cause you here.
You know, the bills will be
pay the
paid,
bill.
you know.
I don't have to worry about that because I'm working
Right.
to bring the money home to make it. But you don't have to go to work.
Right.
It's
Right.
kind of still work because it's domestic kind
Right,
of work.
right.
You know,
It's
you
a
take care of the
different-
kids.
right,
That's a
right.
job in itself.
Right.
They make sure they school good. You make, you know, I'm not saying I gotta have a home cooked meal when I come home, but the house at least gonna be clean, clothes
Right.
gonna be washed, and I'm gonna wanna and just go back to it.
I
want
want to have sex.
when I
right,
want fun.
right,
I mean, I'm
right.
doing everything else.
And if those things are in place, I think there shouldn't be no problem.
Right,
You know,
right.
I think where the outside shit be coming from.
Greedy.
You know, one more out of
Yeah.
what?
People, you know, and we always make the mistake of saying people want their cake and eat it too.
Right.
It's actually people want their cakes and eat it too.
Mm,
But it's about
right,
it's about just being greedy.
right.
A lot of people are greedy like that.
Right,
A lot of people
right.
can't see themselves. They tell themselves, you know, oh yeah, I can be faithful or I can do this. But in all actuality, some people just gotta have two people. in
Just
their
gotta
life.
have two people, and
And that's a part of communicating with me or
right,
whoever
right,
you with. Look,
right. You can't be with nobody if you
Right.
know you need to be with two people.
Right.
You know, and see, that's where a lot of people are messing up at too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole thing, not being able to tell the truth or wanting to hurt your mate. Look, this not working because this what I want. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And you don't want to hurt them and tell them, look, I found interest in someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you don't want to tell them, look, this is over with. You
Right,
know,
right.
and so now you slick try to hold on to this person or don't,
Because
you know,
don't hurt their feelings.
because you don't want to hurt their feelings, you know, but you are really hurting yourself
Mm-hmm.
and that person's feelings by dragging along. You know, when you can just cut the chain and just
And,
go
you know,
on.
Like I always say, hurt heals.
Right,
Stupid is forever.
right,
You get what I'm
right.
saying? So if you go, you know, you trying to drag me along and you doing all this other stuff on the side, you trying to keep it away from me, but that's what you really want. I would rather you just go ahead and hurt me now.
Right,
Let me
right.
heal from it. Of course I'm gonna be hurt.
Right,
Anybody would be. Anybody
right.
who tell you they're not is a liar. Of course you're gonna be hurt.
Exactly.
But at least I'm not gonna be hurt getting drugged and being hurt. So the
Right.
wound gonna keep getting opened up as I'm being drugged. You get what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Because you telling me, oh, it's just me and you, but at the same time it's me, you,
And somebody
and
else.
somebody else,
You know
or
what I'm
somebody
saying?
else. You get what I'm
And
saying?
Right, right,
And I would just rather somebody tell me. And I dealt with that
right.
in my marriage. You know, I was like, hey, you know, when I found out, I was really hurt because I'm
Right.
thinking to myself like, damn,
I ain't what I'm thinking. I'm doing the best.
I'm doing everything I'm supposed to
Right,
do. You know,
right.
so why is this? But it was just, I guess it was just part of being greedy. A lot of people don't come to grips with their selves in a relationship.
Right.
They may like certain things about a person that's part of communication. That's part of
miscommunication.
Miscommunication. What you say?
Lack of
a lack of expectation.
Right,
the expectation
right.
thing. They don't want to tell themselves, yeah, I like that he do this, he pay bills or whatever, but he really not my type as far as physical height, size, or his skin color,
right.
his eyes, and those things play a part, because then if you're not physically attracted to a person,
the mental part.
The mental part is gonna go away a little bit.
Right.
So now you got to figure out how. So then that's when the manipulation comes in. Because now you're trying to trick yourself and them. And to believing that it's cool, but at the same time, you're not attracted to me.
You're not there. Right.
And I would rather you say, hey, look, I like that we pay bills, everything good. You're a good provider, but I'm physically not attracted to you. Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave. Right.
But you give me the choice to do that. You know what I'm saying? You're not dragging me into it.
And that's all misconception, miscommunication. It amazes me how so many things play into one thing when it comes to a couple. Right. And one thing, it's all a puzzle.
Right. And then they got to come together. And if they don't, and if the pieces aren't right, it's not going to be right. The puzzle is going to be bulky. It's just not going to be right. And a lot of that, like you mentioned too, comes from past hurts. Mm-hmm. Never being healed fully or never fully forgiven. Right. You probably never forgave somebody that done fucked over you. You know what I'm saying? So you is carrying that into another relationship. So you slick, don't even forget this person for something that they haven't even done yet, or not, or will never do, but you're still in this unforgiving mode. Right. So you stay with this type of guard, and it makes the relationship have slick arguments about stuff that you got going on in your head from the past. Right. So now you're in a present relationship, still mad about something in a past relationship, and you're generating that energy to your other person, and they're not even the reason, why. And you still having an argument with somebody that's not even there. Right. You
actually have to tell yourself and sit back, and I have to do this because I'm guilty of it sometimes. I get in my head sometimes, and I can't help it because the mind is the most powerful muscle you have. Right. So I get in my mind sometimes, I think about stuff. Then I have to sit back and say to myself, like, does this even really matter? Right. Is this even really a big issue? Because if I'm arguing about this and that person looking at me like, what you tripping about?
What the fuck is you talking about?
Why am I wasting my energy? Right. Because, you do try to be guarded. You try to not to fall into the same crap that you fell into before, because you felt like you was stupid, like I'm doing all this, and it was signs. Right. They always say,
that's you see them past hurt.
Right. I always say, thing about red flags is I like them.
Right.
So you try not to
go through that, or you don't want to see them, and you're like, oh Lord, here we go with this shit. They go there running the red flag just done popped up. Right. From my old shit that I used to deal with. Oh Lord, he done start pulling that stunt. So now we finna argue. Right. So now I'm mad. Now I'm mad at you. Right. Double time, cause I'm mad at you and this person that I haven't forgiven. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you getting extra heat. Right. Past hurts. And never being fully healed and never really forgiving someone totally is what we bring to our old relationships. And another thing that we argue about is exhaustion. Just tired. Right. Tired from work, tired of going through life, parenthood, trying to make sure that everything is okay, going to work every day. So that gives you, this unsustainable pace. Mm-hmm. That's why when you start a new relationship, people have to say, hey, this is not the last person. Right? And that's true. Look, I'm not them. Mm-hmm. So, let's try to drop that. And that comes with communicating. Right. And that communication may happen, but at the same time, like we say, it's in our mental. It's not unforgiving. We tell ourselves we forgive, but those scars are still there. Right. And what happens is when the other person start doing the same things that the person who previously did, the wounds and scabs start coming off. You start peeling them scabs because you sit back saying, "Am I tripping? Right. Or is this person really doing exactly the same thing that this other person doing? Am I tripping? Or am I finna? Should I let it go? Right. And then be stupid and it does happen? And now you having this fight with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Okay, do I need to calm down and say, okay, now they ain't doing that? Okay.
or wait and see.
Wait and see, and then, like I said,
and be that.
And then you don't got kind of drugged by now. You know what I'm saying? I got someone want to join in, Billy the Hood. What to do? Let me see how to do this. View request, go live with Billy. I got to talk this shit out. Wait for Billy. Wait, it's coming, Billy, because I know you done been in some fucking relationships. Wait for Billy the Hood. Hold on. We're gonna see how this turns out.
Okay.
Waiting, still waiting.
Okay.
But yeah. Also, we went over with the past hurts and exhaustion, being tired, just going through life. But my main thing, another would be lack of appreciation.
Oh, yeah.
Well, lack of appreciation is one.
Okay, give me an example of your lack of appreciation. I'm gonna give you an example of mine.
Hey there, David. Lack of communication. Lack of appreciation would be lack of appreciation would be like when somebody's not telling you, just expressing it. I have had that problem of just expressing how I feel, you know, or how I appreciate this person.
Right.
And it's not on purpose. It's because nobody had ever really just told me that they appreciated me.
Right.
So not to say that I would, that I should not say it, but it's not a practice act.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't think most of us practice that act.
But I do know someone that do,
okay.
and that's a grand trait, you know, and that's a good way to be, to show or just say, look, I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, and just expressing it, and that's the communication. A lot of people just can't communicate. I appreciate you. Two little words. I appreciate you. Three. Sorry. I appreciate you. And some people show. Ways of showing appreciation is through their action.
Right.
I'm an action person.
Okay.
I'm not verbally expressive.
Right.
I'm gonna show you that I appreciate you by you don't have to pay for this bill today.
Right.
Or when we going out, I got the outing. When we go out to eat, I'm taking care of everything.
Right.
You don't have to pay for this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that's a way of showing appreciation. Not always expecting the guy to be, in total love. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women expect the guy to always pay for this. But when we go out, my purse is on my arm, and I ain't holding out shit. I ain't getting up nothing.
Right.
I'm, hey, you call me, motherfucker. So shit, you know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna bring my purse out for? So we going out with you. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna hold my money for? What I'm gonna pull my money out for?
Okay.
But I think in relationships, that's not how we should be. It should be my time.
Right.
It's my time to treat the vacation.
Right.
It's my time to that's how I think sometimes you can express appreciation.
Yeah, and I think the more verbal and physical showing of appreciation and like you say, you show appreciation by the actions you do. Those are where the lines get crossed. Because if I'm more of a verbal person who needs to hear it, and you more of an action person, I'm gonna think you don't appreciate me.
There we go.
Because you
absolutely.
ain't told me nothing.
Right.
Like you ain't saying one time, hey, I appreciate you doing that for me, or thank you.
Right.
For that.
See, and that's
but you taking me out, you buying me clothes. And
right.
stuff.
Right.
I had to learn that too.
Right. And see, that's the lack of communication. Right. I think that you have to be in relationships. You have to tell a person that. Look, I don't communicate well, but I show well.
Right.
I'm going to put out now, but you got to pay motherfucking attention. See, and there goes another thing. If you're not paying attention, you're not catching it. You know what I'm saying? So that's another part of the relationship. If your guy or your girl is a communicator and they're verbal and they expect you to express verbally and you're not that, just like you said, they gonna be like, damn, this motherfucker don't really like me. They don't never tell me they love me.
Right.
I can't never hear them. They never say, I appreciate you.
Right.
But they always fixing breakfast, always sucking the nigga down or eating the nigga out. We always always making sure that, shit happens.
Right.
So I think, the level of expressing appreciation is different.
Okay.
To everybody, nobody has it right. Nobody has the right way to communicate, or the right way to express.
Right.
Nobody has it right.
Right.
So it's when you are in a relationship with someone and you're learning them, you really have to pay attention. And that's when you be like, hold on, this motherfucker don't be talking about nothing about love, but they're here all the time. Never late for the pickups.
Right.
Never late. People that when you see that in someone, you supposed to, or you would think that a person get it.
Right.
Well, they do fuck with me. They do appreciate me.
It's because it's like, I guess that love and appreciation, hearing it for a person who's a verbal, who needs to hear it verbally, is different than because I'm doing the same thing you doing. I'm not late for the pickups. I'm on the dinner. I'm licking you down.
So you think that's normal? Regular?
We think it's regular.
Right.
Even though it's your way of showing your appreciation and love, we think that's just part of the
This
relationship. You get what I'm saying? That's just what
Oh
we do.
Lord, this some fuck shit.
This is what we do together as a couple.
See how we
that ain't got shit to do with telling me you love me or nothing. That's what we do.
That is
I'm
so
telling
funny.
you I love you. I'm telling you I appreciate you. But you telling me just because you're doing these things that I'm doing too, that's showing your appreciation, love, then okay.
Let's try this one more time, Billy Hood. But you're right. You're absolutely right.
Right.
Because you thinking that it's regular,
Right.
and this person thinks that I'm going over the top. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing I'm doing some shit what another motherfucker won't do. What are you talking about?
Right.
So you thinking that I'm on some regular shit.
Right.
Regular, this what you supposed to do.
Right.
And here go the other person, she's thinking she's on some superhero.
Shit.
She's
Right.
doing the super shit, and you telling her, no, that's not how it is. That's normal.
Shit.
You supposed to do that. No. So this is where we at in relationships. This is where relationships are always complicated.
Right,
That's when you
right.
put on your little status.
Right.
Relationship complicated. Even in marriage, complicated.
Right.
Because it's so many parts of the puzzle that go together that if they're not there, it's gonna be fucked up. And
relationships are hard because you're dealing with two different people, two different mindsets, two different experiences in life, two different everything, how they was raised. So everything is different. And everything, and some things may be the same, but a lot of things are different. And then their mind and how they think is different.
Right. Especially females versus male. Females think very, very, very different from men. And that comes from, and then the differences in relationships and then with spouses or in with couples is the upbringing. There go another part of the puzzle. So here we go with somebody that been raised with their two parents, mom and dad. So they done seen the love thing, that's been going on for a long time, and they have seen how a relationship may supposed to work, not saying that their parent have it right, but they think that they have kind of seen a blueprint almost, but the blueprint could be fucked all the way the fuck up because the nigga think that they got their mom and their dad and that their relationship is going to be better than the single parent home. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? Because their parenting could be on some bullshit and don't have it right, but they think they do because they've been together. No, y'all been just putting up with it. So now we on this a whole nother topic now. Now we talking about some other shit. But right, they just been dealing. You think my mom and dad have been together for some good shit? No, they just been dealing with each other. And so don't think that. That's not how it goes. But but the upbringing too could bring conflict into a relationship,
And you're right. And a lot of times, upbringings, and I guess with my upbringing, because, I was raised by a single mother who was, had her issues with drugs and alcohol.
Right.
And with men beating on her and stuff.
Right,
so
same thing.
You have to take those into consideration because when I grow up, and I guess that's why I'm so overly, I want to show you I love you so much when I'm in a relationship because I was telling myself, well, I ain't going to never treat my woman like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to never beat on my woman. I'm always going to try to show my woman love regardless, of whatever's going on because my mama didn't get it.
That's right. So, you're going to put out what you didn't receive.
Right. I'm going to put out what I didn't receive, but actually what she didn't receive.
Right.
Because you never, well, to me anyway, some people say they take on the other aspect they start beating women.
Right.
But to me, I was like, I'll never want to see my girl cry. I
That's
never want
right.
to see her hurt. You get what I'm saying? Because you see your mama going through that.
So there we go.
Right.
So what you picked up on in that was to be the opposite of what the man put out.
Right.
I never make my woman cry.
Right.
I never have her in a disarray. Never have her hurt feeling.
Right. And to my detriment, I guess, because I'm willing to put up with a lot more than I normally would. What's maybe somebody who didn't have that problem would put up with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Versus the opposite.
Right.
Somebody
else would be like, I'm out.
I'm not finna deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But you to kind of become a more understanding person.
Right.
And that's how the different parenting goes. As far as you seeing a man beat on your mom, so you took on the aspects of I'm not gonna be that way. Versus another child see a man beating on his mom, he thinks that's how it's supposed to be.
Show love.
And that's what love is about, because my mama stayed.
Right.
My mama, I still saw them laughing. I still saw them drinking and having a good time, and I hear them fucking. You know what I'm saying? What's that about in the other room? if you don't like this man, he don't, so he gonna beat on you, but you getting up your goods.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as a child, you don't register that, you don't know that, and you don't know the difference. So you think that's how it's supposed to be. How long you're going to be on here, Shan? And not very long. Not very long. It's just an hour. And we're 15 minutes in, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the connection may be, but next Saturday, please come back. We definitely we got to definitely chop it up, and I appreciate you trying to come in. If anybody want to come in within the next 15 minutes and want to talk about top 10 arguments, we're in there. We do it.
We kind of in the arguments, but we kind of trying to fill them out too.
Right, yeah.
Trying to fill in the blanks.
Fill in the why we're fucking arguing. You know what I'm saying? So we have it's so many reasons why we fight now.
Well, yeah.
And without even,
I'm gonna throw in this caveat, that damn phone.
Oh my God. Number one. You know what I'm saying? Number one reason why we have arguments in relationships. I just disregard everything we just talked about.
Disregard all that other shit.
All that bullshit we was just talking about. Because that's what that was. This is number one. The motherfucking phone. That shit has become the worst problem in the world.
Right.
And with part two of that phone / social media.
Right.
There we go. That's the number one reason why we're having arguments in 2021. I don't know what was happening in 1980. Probably that shit we was just talking about. That's what was happening in 1980/90.
Right.
But with 2021, 2020, 2019, social media is the reason for most arguments in relationships now.
And that that damn phone.
And it's the fucking phone. You know, the lack of communicating why you're not answering.
Right.
That's part of number one.
Right.
The phone. That's miscommunication. I'm about to slide in these streets. You be safe too, Billy. Definitely be safe, Billy the Hood. You know, straight out of ATL, all over the place. He's probably ain't no telling where he live right now, because he's always moving. He's always somewhere. But yeah, the main thing we have is the social media that causes this, and that's because one, either the mate is always on it and you're not, or you're always on it and they're not.
Right.
So,
but I'm gonna throw this in. I'm going to say the phone was first. The phone was a problem before social media.
Right. Okay, the phone was number one, but then they put that social media in the phone.
Right.
And so now
that's
the
number
phone.
1.8.
Right. We on 1.2 now that this fucking social media on it, you know, because, you know, it's kind of bad.
Right.
First, you was already on it all the time, and then the phone, you got in trouble for having the phone all the time when you was texting.
Right.
So,
and then you do this.
So
when you're around your other significant other, you do that.
You can turn it over, right? So that becomes a problem.
Right.
The phone turned over. Okay, and that was coming through texting, but now your mate has a escape.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on social media, so now you like, why you know, it used to be you texting somebody all the time, so you had to put that phone down because you didn't want to be knowing that you're just talking to somebody else all the time.
Right.
But now that you got social media, you could be slick texting and fake scrolling, you know. So now you got some juice.
When I walk up, you start.
Now
scrolling.
you can scroll, but then you can easily swipe over and go back to the texting. When you know, here you go. When I walk up, you got your game going.
Oh, right.
You sleep playing. You got all that going on. And then as soon as I walk out the room, text. whoop, whoop, likes the little heart sounds, doop. You know, now and here we go learning the sounds and shit now.
Right,
now, if you got an iPhone, I say, oh, somebody just loves something you put up.
Right.
You know, yeah, they just hit the love
Well,
thing.
they turn the phone on silent now.
Oh,
So,
nobody. No. See, a smooth criminal ain't got no silent on. Everything just seems wide open.
Right.
So you just never know what is happening because they're always just active.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shit just popping. See, that's a smooth criminal. See, there's somebody on their shit. You know what I'm saying? When you can't goddamn put that. You can't put the dime on it. You can't drop that dime. Can't drop the dime.
Well,
they just love da da da. You know.
Well, just if you fucking with me because of past relationships, I'm just gonna think you talking to somebody else. Period.
Right.
I'm gonna think when you got the phone in your hand, you
all the
time.
You just with somebody else the whole time.
You just scroll to your game, or you just scroll to social media.
You full of shit.
You actually was on texting.
Right.
Texting another nigga. I'm just gonna be 100.
It's just like that.
It's just bullshit always
all
going
the time.
on
all the time. Relationships just full
and see,
of shit.
Me with
That's
my
crazy.
phone, I'm the type of person. If I'm in a relationship, you can pick that motherfucker up and dial it.
Right.
I won't put a password on my phone unless you got one on yours.
Right.
If you got one on yours, guess what? I'm gonna have fucking one on mine.
That is
and
so
may not
funny.
even be nothing on my phone.
Right, but you just gotta do it.
I'm gonna do it too.
So are you a tick for tatter?
Well, on certain things.
Right.
I'm
okay.
petty.
Petty.
I am petty.
Really?
I wasn't petty before.
Right.
This is a
level to that petty shit.
Right. This
it's
is
a level to being petty.
This is a part of my past relationship shit.
Right.
You know, you try to be the good guy, try to be the perfect, husband or boyfriend or whatever, and then you realize that it doesn't matter how perfect you are in a relationship. If that person's on some bullshit, they're gonna be on that
it anyway.
bullshit.
Right.
So why should I try to be perfect and make you happy, whereas you doing other shit to not make me happy? So I'm gonna be petty too.
Right.
Okay, so if I tell you, hey, I don't like you being out,
right, all
9
the
or 10
time,
o'clock the next morning,
right,
after you've been out last night, you
right,
know what I'm saying? And you like, well, why you tripping? You know why? She's like, well, fuck it. I ain't got I don't really have friends because I'm older.
Right, to do all that, that extra shit.
Yeah, right.
I got you.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go find somewhere to go. I'll get a hotel room.
Right, just to be okay. So the King Petty's in the building.
And the motherfucker may think that it won't bother them. That it ain't
yes,
no big
it do.
thing.
Yes, it do.
I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna bother you some kind of way.
And on some level, at some point.
At some point, and if it don't bother you, then we need to talk about us going our separate ways.
Right. Because if you're
not,
if a motherfucker don't make you mad in a relationship on some shit, and you know this we supposed to be arguing, and you like, oh, you came in and now, oh, okay,
I'm cool,
I'm straight, fire up, be like back on some shit. If motherfucker just lean back on your ass and fire up on you when you been out all night and they just leaning, oh, you in some bad shit. You was in a bad relationship.
They were waiting for you to do it so they can go on.
Either they were waiting for you to come in here at this time and do this bullshit so they could do it,
right,
or they ready to go,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
They ain't never been there,
or they just probably pulled up, you know. Shit, oh, you just got away, I'm getting away.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So we both won, you know. But the relationship shit, the top 10 arguments is another thing. In the number 10, top 10, top 10.
Okay, number 10
is what to watch on TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Child.
I mean, for people that really be in real relationships and living with a person, or even like in a marriage, you got to have your own TV or your own look, because you can't just sit there and watch some things that she watch, or she don't want to watch some things that you, especially if you're the total opposite of each other.
Now, I guess that's why I'm different. I'll watch what she watch.
Right.
Because my thing is, if I'm gone to work all day, then I come home, we doing work, I'm cleaning, we cooking or whatever. When we watch the TV, it's really our only time together.
Right, to just sit and just relax.
And we don't have to even talk.
Right.
We just in each other. See, that's my thing. I'm the type of person, I got to be, if I want to be in your presence, I ain't got to talk to you.
Right.
I may want to hug up on you. May want to grab a titty or something,
right.
But it ain't about fucking.
Right, just being there.
Your presence. But that may be the only time we have, because I got to go back to bed at 12 because I got to get up at 6.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't get home to 7.
Right.
It's just one of those things. So when I'm watching TV with you, I'm going to watch what you want to watch and get used to it, because that's our time together.
Right.
Why should I go downstairs and watch TV?
And
go
try to be, right.
Well, I could just be up under you and we just watch TV and whatever and call it a day.
Right. I totally agree with you.
Or you could watch TV and I could read a book.
Right. Or just the presence, the act of just being in each other's presence is more of what you going for.
Right.
But some people would like to use it as an argument, or not much as using it for an argument, but won't get to that level of understanding. And there goes to the communication part.
Okay.
When you see somebody's that with you and you see, okay, damn, they don't like In the Heat of the Night. I like In the motherfucking Heat of the Night.
Right.
But you don't want to watch In the Heat of the Night.
Right.
You don't like the song. You don't like it. It's so 1980s. It don't look hot
like
HD.
Intro
You know, you don't
like
like
slave
that.
music.
In the heat of. I love that. When I hear that shit, I'm like, yeah.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, I'm finna watch goddamn Virgil. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna watch this, you know what I'm saying? So, but then when you got your mate trying to go against it and go out on you, you go in another room, you're right. You taking away our time, so now we finna argue.
Right.
Or I'm in there and then I go in the living room, you in there scrolling. I thought you was watching TV. You know, you could have motherfucking sat right here and scroll. If you want to just scroll,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So, Christ-like, Pastor, Rev, Weedy in the building. What's going on, man? I was really going to call him to come be on the show, but it was Saturday, and I'm like, it's fucking raining. Ain't nobody trying to ride out here. That was my whole reason why not to call, because you really crossed my mind to be on here.
Right.
It's 2021. Ain't nobody watching that old shit. See, I can't stand it. I can't take it. And I like goddamn In the Heat of the Night. Motherfucker, watch what I want to watch. You know, just be here. Just be here. You know, you got to be there.
Right.
But let's act like it.
Right.
You know, so, and I appreciate you sharing that. Just, it is a time that you spend with your person. It ain't about watching the same thing. It's just about
quality time.
the quality
because
time.
We so busy.
Right.
You know, she work, I work. You know, it's
just go with the flow.
Just go
You
with
know,
it.
don't be trying to jump up and
And
go.
then you may be like, well, I'll watch this. Let's watch what you want to watch for an hour. See,
Right.
you may like what
Switch
he
it up. Now I want to watch the Twilight Zone.
Right.
Baby,
Right.
I know my TV playlist is fucked up. So I give my mate every reason to not want to watch TV with me, and I get it. But it's about spending time with your mate. Exactly.
Right.
So it's a double sword. It really is, you know. It's because I know I watch old shit.
Right,
you know?
right. It sounds like your playlist is like,
my playlist
Lord.
is horrible, black and white. You know, then it goes to the In the Heat of the Night. Then it goes to these fucking crime stories. You know, I gotta put some forensic file shit on there.
Lord.
Oh yeah, my shit is horrible. I mean, I don't give you no love and hip hop. You ain't gonna get no love and hip hop. You're not gonna get no reality shows from me. You might get some food. Now we gonna watch Chef. We're gonna watch the food. My food porn is on. I'm straight for that. And then I don't have cable, so so you know. I'm fucked in the game. My Netflix shit, I hate they charge my card when I don't need them to. So I'm like, not you. Disconnect that.
No,
you know.
you gotta get you a jailbroke fire stick then.
So, you know, I'm on some real lame house shit, you know.
Right,
So
right.
a motherfucker living with me, he probably like, no.
Yo,
This is
that's
not
why
working.
You watching all that old shit. You don't have no
This
new,
bitch,
new
yeah,
channels.
because you have an antenna. That's why you watch it In the Heat of the Night, oh.
Yeah, he got no new channels. That's why you watch the old
That's
shit.
why you so 1980, because you're fucking with an antenna.
Right,
you
right.
know.
Damn it.
Damn it. Old lady drawers, big drawers, you know. So since I watch all that type of stuff, I'm in jogging pants and shit all that. You not gonna catch me coming to no slick shit or no, I'm on my old lady shit. So. Absolutely, man. Put them phones down. Oh, yeah, really, it's been a fantastic Saturday. The top 10 arguments in relationships, we have really just figured out we argue about anything.
There is no top 10.
There is no top 10.
Whatever floats your boat to argue about, you're going to argue
You're
about
going to argue about it. You're going to not talk about it because you don't know how to motherfucker communicate.
Right.
That's just everybody. Nobody has it right. Nobody knows how to communicate. Everybody put these unmet expectations on the other person. Mm-hmm. So now we're arguing at you about something that I thought you should be trying to get, but you're not getting. Mm-hmm. So that's my problem. Mm-hmm. So I need to do like you say, keep that to yourself.
Right,
you know, don't be verbally expressing some shit that you expecting on somebody else.
we got to learn how to come from a place, and I'm learning this, and this is just part of my studies.
Right.
You know, I read and I try to learn a lot about a lot of different things.
Hey there,
we have to
Martha
come from a place
Luther.
of unconditional love and undomestication. We got to stop trying to domesticate our partner to our views, and if they don't think that there's something that they want to do, or then in something that you don't want to do, then you have to decide to go your separate ways, because neither one of you are going to be happy in that relationship.
Right. And see, that's where a lot of us come in at, or are still in bad relationships, because we don't want to just part. Just say, look, this shit ain't working.
Right.
And instead of going in 3 to 5 years
Right.
or 2 years or whatever into something that's not working, and you see that it's not working,
Everybody gets scared of how
people
they
scared of
pay their
the
bills.
people either scared of having to financially take care of themselves. They're either scared that they're gonna have to start over and start another
over is a big
relationship.
thing.
And the start over is the main reason. This is a whole nother show.
Okay, yeah.
The start over, don't nobody want to start over. I don't want to have to meet your motherfucking ass and get your problem, because you're gonna gain something.
Right,
You're gonna gain this person, especially when you don't do it yourself. Right. And I don't know what that response was to, but yeah. But no, that's one thing that we just fuck up at.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So Jesus. These relationships are hard. It is hard. It has something to be with if you want to work on it. It's all about working on it. There is there is never a time that you're not working on your relationship or your marriage, especially if you want it.
Right.
So if you see some couples that's been together with years, they're still working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You
They're
have to be
still
willing
trying to
compromise.
Right. Give up some things.
You have to be willing to compromise. A compromise doesn't mean that you are settling. It just means that this person is worth me trying a little harder for.
Right.
That's all it is. You compromise. If that person don't like, green beans in their salad, you might not put green beans on their half and hold it and put it on your half.
Right.
You got to figure out ways to compromise. If you feel like that person is worth the effort,
the playing field,
right,
the level of finding out that playing field.
Right.
If you feel that person is worth it, then you're gonna play the game.
Right, you're gonna play the game, and you're gonna try to do whatever you can to get in the end zone.
Right, absolutely.
If you're not willing to try, then that person's not for you, because you're not willing to give up anything to help your relationship solidify itself.
Right. So yeah, you're gonna be in a bad relationship.
And if that's the case, if I'm not willing to give up anything in the relationship, or not willing to try something or do something, or just let certain things go, then I need to get out the relationship.
Right, and I can go for that.
Because this person's not for me, and I'm not willing to do anything to help.
But when do it come to a point when you want out, and you have expressed this? Okay, so now no.
You haven't expressed that part yet.
You couldn't have, because if you express that, either that person's gonna be walk away and let you go on about your business, or they're gonna be stalkish.
Yeah, or they're gonna try to
destroy.
Straighten up.
They could either straighten up, break up, or stalk your motherfucking ass.
Right.
They're gonna try to make it hell for you, because you have expressed that you no longer want them.
Right.
And now they're gonna have to take this rejection.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some people don't know how to accept rejection. So so that's why a lot of people stay in relationships too, because they don't want to have to either feel rejection or give or reject someone, and they don't want the repercussions of that putting that on someone.
People got to say to themselves, every no is saving them from something.
Right.
So if a person is telling you no, they don't want to be with you, it may be saving you from something way down the line that you may be worse to deal with than to break up with this relationship now. You know what I'm saying? So I always say every no is saving me from something.
Right, absolutely. Somebody's rejecting you and telling you, look, this ain't gonna work. You need to go on, because they telling you that this is not gonna work.
Right.
So they not you saying that. Right. Relationship is not hard when you realize you're right. Have to be wrong sometimes, and realize you guys are two different people.
Well, actually, when you're having an argument about someone, this is good. Go with that. You're both right and wrong at the same time.
Absolutely.
I'm right because on my perception of things, but I'm wrong in your perception of
things.
And you're wrong to me in your perception of things, but you're right in your own perception of things.
Right.
So we're both right and wrong at the same time.
Right, and that's what comes from the very beginning of starting our show, when I said that there's no winner.
Right.
There's no loser.
Right.
Or if you're going to be in it together, you're both winning, or either you're both going to lose.
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So there is no right and wrong. You right, I'm right. You wrong, I'm wrong.
Right.
We both wrong, but don't nobody want to say that, okay, I'm right with my own thinking. And you're wrong for not understanding what the fuck I'm talking about. Look. So now we're mad. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And those things are things that have to be learned. Those things are things that have to be studied and practiced.
And learn in relationship.
Right.
And that comes with time. You don't just get that in the beginning. And a lot of people give up in the beginning of those stages in a relationship because you have to learn that person,
Right.
and we can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on because relationships are the fucking hell. They are hell, and you can lose yourself in them,
We
so
supposed to have a lady on tomorrow called a sexual submissive, something like that.
Okay.
You want to come join us?
I may come in on
Don't
the
tell me that. Don't tell me that. You
I ain't
won't
gonna say
come.
shit and then show to be somewhere drinking. No, I ain't know what today is. It's Sunday. Oh fuck, Misfits Radio. Here it is, 1 o'clock, 2, 3, and I'm not there.
Right.
So definitely tune in tomorrow. Then people, Misfits Radio. They come in on 3 o'clock. You can tune in on that Misfits Radio and TV. So this is live on Roku. Everything's live on Roku. All the platforms, all the podcast platforms. We're everywhere. Tell them, because I'm just not there.
We are YouTube. We have two YouTube channels. Roku on the Misfits TV. Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud, Mixcloud. Spotify, iHeartRadio.
All those radios.
TuneIn app. Misfits Radio itself.
Right.
Live 365. So we have all those platforms. There's really no Facebook, Instagram.
Right.
There's really no reason why you guys should be
Can't
able to
find
check
Misfits
us out.
Radio.
Yeah, check out all
Us
our
a
shows.
show every day of the week, so
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're not catching Misfits
they're all
Radio.
different.
Different shows, different perspectives. We got the comedy show. We got financial advisors. We have men of mics. What is it? Men
Speaking to the mic.
speaking to the mic. Men speaking into the mic. You know, it's just a grand little radio station. Misfits Radio. If just come on now. Let's act like we know. Black on. People just trying to do it. We fuck with the independent, the people that are trying to start things that are about their shit, about their hustle, about their grind. Don't need no lazy people.
Right.
No, you gotta have 10 jobs working for Misfits Radio. You should never have time. There's never no time. There should never be no time. And check me out. Look and Touch Landscaping. I'm still fucking cutting yards, getting my shit together as well. So hey, this thing don't stop. So just let's let you know, this is the Shanny JackMe Show. Have a fantastic Saturday, and we finna be up out of this bitch.
Alright, stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink a bottle of Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos pump me. I like to rhyme, I like my beats funky, I'm spunky, I like my oatmeal lumpy, I'm sick with this, straight gangster Mac. But sometimes I get ridiculous. I'll eat up all your crackers and your licorice. Yo, fat girl, come here.